whatever Hibernate decided changed? Or is it an explicit concept? The next thing we're going to talk about is using events as a form of storage, as opposed to use something like a database. That sounds really weird, doesn't it? We weren't NoSQL, we were no database. Then we're going to talk about command and query separation and get a little bit into CQRS, or command and query responsibility segregation. I think it would sound a lot better in Italian. In English, it just doesn't come off the tongue very well, which is why we call it CQRS. And it used to be, if you Googled for it, it would actually ask if you meant cars. So if you go to websites or things like that and you see, did you mean cars? That's why. Last thing we're going to talk about, if we have time, because we're getting a little bit of a late start, is asynchronous context mapping. In other words, doing all of our mapping between contexts in an asynchronous fashion as opposed to a synchronous fashion. How many people in here read the Blue Book? Wow, there's quite a few who haven't read it yet. Keep your hands up. Now, how many read it past chapter 11? The hands always go away there. The most important stuff is at the end, not at the beginning. I always joke, for the people that have not read the book, the way that you should read it is you should read chapters 1 through 3. Now stop. Go all the way to chapter 11 and read to the end of the book. Then come all the way back to chapter 3 and read to the end of the book again. I realize I told you to read that end part of the book twice. You will read it differently the second time as opposed to the first. After that, we'll summarize up a few points that we came across, and if we have time, we'll do questions. If we don't have time, we can do questions this afternoon. So moving right along. When you're building a system,